Hey there. Welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're cracking open a classic, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Right.
You've brought us a really interesting collection of excerpts.
Yes.
And we're here to help kind of separate the timeless wisdom from the, well, let's just say, dated advice.
It's incredible how this book, written all the way back in 1937, still resonates with people today.
Yeah.
There's something about Russell Hill's message of achieving success through mindset that continues to fascinate readers almost a century later.
It's almost like he tapped into something fundamental about human nature, right?
Definitely.
And one of the most powerful concepts he introduces is this idea of burning desire.
Right.
And this isn't just about wishing for things.
No.
Have you ever felt that intense yearning for something where it consumes your thoughts and drives your every action?
Exactly. Hill doesn't want us to just daydream about success. He wants us to become obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And he illustrates his point with a great story about a man named Edwin Barnes who desperately wanted to work with Thomas Edison.
So Barnes shows up at Edison's office, no appointment, and declares his intention to become Edison's business partner.
Yeah.
Talk about a bold move.
Talk about bold, yeah.
Most of us would hesitate to even ask for a meeting like that.
And that's exactly what sets Barnes apart.
Yeah.
He had this unwavering self-belief, this clear vision of himself working alongside Edison. He wasn't afraid to put himself out there, even if it meant facing rejection.
It makes you wonder if we've become too afraid of rejection these days.
Yeah, maybe.
Too quick to give up before even trying.
Yeah.
But in Barnes' case, his audacity paid off.
It did.
Even though Edison didn't have an immediate opening, he was so impressed by Barnes' determination that he eventually gave him a chance.
He did. He did. And Barnes, just as he envisioned, became Edison's business partner.
Wow.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
What could you achieve if you approached your goals with that level of self-belief and determination?
Now, it's not to say we should all start showing up at people's offices unannounced.
Right.
But there's a valuable lesson here about the power of unwavering self-belief and taking bold action.
Absolutely.
If there's one thing you take away from this part of our deep dive, let it be this.
Okay.
What is that one goal you're truly passionate about? And what's one bold action you can take today to move closer to it?
It's about identifying that burning desire within you and letting it fuel your actions. Now, this brings us to another fascinating aspect of Hill's philosophy, the incredible power of the subconscious mind.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
Hill argues that our subconscious minds have the power to shape our realities, to turn our desires into tangible outcomes.
Yes.
It's an intriguing idea, but is there any evidence to support it?
Well, Hill points to the experience of his own son, Blair, who was born deaf.
Oh, wow.
Rather than accepting this as a limitation, Hill persistently instilled in his son's mind the belief that he could hear and speak.
Okay.
And incredibly, Blair eventually overcame his deafness.
Wow, that's a powerful story.
It is.
But how does that relate to those of us who haven't experienced something so seemingly miraculous?
This is where the concept of autosuggestion comes in.
Okay.
Hill argues that by repeatedly feeding our minds positive affirmations, we can actually influence our subconscious minds and shape our realities.
So it's like we're reprogramming our own internal operating systems.
Yes.
Replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones.
Exactly.
And Hill provides a very specific tool for this, right? Something called the self-confidence formula.
Exactly. It involves writing down and repeating affirmations that reinforce your ability to achieve your goals. It's a deliberate practice of shifting your internal dialogue from doubt to belief, from fear to confidence.
I think what's really powerful here is this idea that we have more control over our thoughts and beliefs than we often realize. It's not just about wishful thinking. It's about actively shaping our internal narratives.
Absolutely, yeah.
But let's be real, even with the most positive mindset, we're bound to face setbacks.
Yeah.
That's just part of life.
Sure.
And Think and Grow Rich acknowledges that, right?
Absolutely. In fact, Hill dedicates a significant portion of the book to the importance of persistence. He understood that the road to success is rarely smooth.
Yeah.
It's paved with challenges, obstacles, even failures.
He actually tells this incredible story about a man named R.U. Darby,
Oh, yeah.
who was on the verge of striking gold, literally.
Yes.
Darby was drilling for oil and had invested everything he had into this venture.
Right.
He was so close to striking it rich. But then his drill hit a patch of hard rock, and he assumed he had run out of luck.
Oh, no.
So he gives up, sells all his equipment, and walks away.
Wow.
Can you imagine the
I
feeling?
can't imagine.
To be that close to achieving your dream and then to just walk away.
It's heartbreaking, right? But here's the kicker. Darby later found out that he had stopped drilling just 3 feet from a massive oil deposit. Talk about a tough lesson in persistence.
Wow. It makes you wonder how many of us have given up on our dreams just before they were about to come true. But Darby's story isn't just a cautionary tale.
Right.
It's also a testament to the power of learning from our setbacks.
Exactly. Instead of letting this experience crush him, Darby took it to heart. He went on to become a successful life insurance salesman.
Okay.
And he attributed his success in this new field to the lessons he learned from his near miss with gold.
He realized that the key to success wasn't just about working hard. It was about persevering, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. So this begs the question, what setbacks have you experienced in your own life?
Yeah.
That with a shift in perspective could actually be viewed as opportunities for growth and learning.
It's about reframing those failures as stepping stones, valuable lessons that can ultimately lead us to even greater achievements.
Yeah.
Now, this naturally leads us to another crucial element of success that Hill addresses: conquering fear.
Right.
He even dedicates an entire chapter to this topic, identifying 6 basic fears that hold people back.
Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health.
Right.
We've all experienced these at some point, right?
Absolutely.
These fears can be incredibly paralyzing if we let them.
Yeah.
But Hill offers some surprisingly practical advice for overcoming them.
He does. One of the most profound strategies he offers is the power of decision. He argues that the simple act of making a firm decision, whether it's to overcome a fear, pursue a goal, or change a habit, can break the grip of fear and propel us forward.
It's almost like that moment of decision clarifies our path and gives us a sense of control,
Yes.
even in the face of uncertainty. And he illustrates this with a rather, intense example, right?
Yeah.
The story of a man about to be executed.
Yes. It's a powerful illustration of how, even in the face of death, making a decision can bring a sense of peace and acceptance.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
If that level of peace is possible in such a situation, imagine how much more empowered we can feel when we make conscious decisions in our daily lives.
It's like that old saying, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. By making a decision, we essentially wrest control from our fear and put ourselves back in the driver's seat. Now, speaking of control,
Okay.
one of the things I find really fascinating about Think and Grow Rich is this concept of a mastermind.
Ah, yes. The mastermind principle. This is where Hill emphasizes the power of surrounding ourselves with a group of like-minded individuals who can support, inspire, and challenge our thinking.
It's about recognizing that we don't have to achieve our goals alone.
Right.
That collaboration and shared wisdom can amplify our efforts exponentially.
For sure.
And Hill provides a great example of this with Henry Ford.
Ford, despite his lack of formal education, built one of the most successful companies in history.
Wow.
And he attributed much of his success to the friendships he formed with brilliant minds like Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and Luther Burbank. They weren't just his friends.
Oh, wow.
They were his mastermind.
It makes you think about the people we choose to surround ourselves with.
It does.
Are they lifting us up, challenging us to grow, and expanding our thinking?
Yeah.
Or are they holding us back, reinforcing limiting beliefs and keeping us stuck?
It's a powerful question, isn't it? And this principle isn't limited to business or career aspirations. Think about the relationships in your life, the people you spend the most time with.
Right.
Do they inspire you to be your best self? Do they support your dreams and encourage your growth?
It's like building our own personal board of advisors, not necessarily in a formal sense, but by consciously choosing to be in the presence of people who inspire us to grow and achieve our full potential.
And that brings us to one of the most important points in Think and Grow Rich. The idea that true wealth extends far beyond just money.
Right. Hill emphasizes that a truly rich life encompasses so much more. Fulfilling relationships, a sense of purpose, good health, and the realization of your unique talents and abilities.
He challenges us to define success not just by our bank accounts, but by the quality of our lives, the impact we have on others, and the legacy we leave behind. It's about living a life of meaning and contribution, not just accumulation.
I love that. It's a reminder that we often chase after external markers of success without stopping to consider what truly matters to us. So I'm curious, what does true wealth mean to you? How would you define a successful life beyond just financial abundance?
It's a question worth pondering because when we clarify our definition of success, when we align our goals with our values, that's when we tap into the true power of Hill's message.
It's about creating a life that's not just rich in material possessions, but rich in experiences, relationships, and purpose. And I think that's a powerful message to end on. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, exploring the importance of burning desire, the power of the subconscious mind, the need for persistence, the importance of conquering fear, and the power of building a mastermind.
These are powerful principles, and even though the book was written decades ago, they remain surprisingly relevant today.
It's a testament to the timeless nature of Hill's insights. But remember, it's not about just understanding these principles, it's about applying them. It's about taking action, making decisions, and building a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I encourage you to reflect on these principles. Choose one or two that resonate with you and explore how you can integrate them into your own life.
Because ultimately, Think and Grow Rich isn't just a book about accumulating wealth. It's a roadmap for creating a truly fulfilling and meaningful life. And I hope this deep dive has given you some valuable tools and insights to do just that. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep diving deep.